Exclusive contracted novel by Feilu Fiction Network. Top inventory of high-burning group wars, expose Sun God. Heavenly Dao Inventory Descends Pirates, starting from Judicial Island, inventory of top 10 high-burning group wars No 10 Justice Island. Pursuing the flower of hope in frustration and pain No 8 Strong World. The tragic life of the Golden LionNo6 Rovs White. Legendary Overlord Battle of the Far PastNo5 fanaticism action. The peak confrontation between the old generation and the new era No 4 red-headed singer. Red-headed singers DadThe Valley of the Gods of No3. A war of earthshaking disappearing in HistoryNO2 Summit War. The end of the old era No 1 Ghost Island battle. Witnessing the awakening of the Sun GodFeilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. Inventory of the top 10 high-burning battles, shocking the sea. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The year 1520 in the Haiyuan calendar. Triggered by the group of pirate straw hats. The aftermath of the Justice Island incident is still ongoing. The whole sea is boiling with excitement. Naval Headquarters, Marinverdo, Headquarters Building, Marshal's Office. Cap. The roar of the Marshal in the Warring States period echoed between the headquarters buildings. Puhaha. Accompanied by this was the loud laughter of Navy legendary hero Cap. You still have a smile on your face. Look at what you've done, Cap. How did you promise me before going to the water capital? The Marshal's teeth were gritting during the Warring States period. Well, during the Warring States period, you can't really let me catch your own grandson, can you? The hero Cap has a broken and falling demeanor. Even if you want to release water, at least you have to pretend. The Warring States period gritted its teeth and gnashed its teeth. Warring States period, the person you should reprimand now is not me. Kapunu pouted and pointed aside. Admiral Qing Ji, who was wearing an eye mask and closed his eyes to recuperate, felt a sense in his heart. Mr. Kapu, don't bring someone who throws pots like this, the green pheasant's vigilant way. Luffy is my grandson, so it's understandable that I won't arrest him, but Kazan, you can't justify it. As a naval general, you openly let the culprit of the Justice Island incident escape. You have to bear this blame. Kapu's righteous words were thrown at the pan. Mr. Kapu, I didn't take any action because I gave you face. General Qingji resolutely refuses to take over the pot. Hey, Kazan, have you been losing your skills lately? You've learned to talk back. Follow me to the martial arts arena and let me try your skills. Cap rolled up his sleeves to prepare for a dry fight. Let's go, let's go. General Qingji is not inferior and decisively responds. When even going out with Cap. Looking at this naval hero and a naval general, both sides sing in unison. Marshal Warring States was almost infuriated. How could he not discern the thoughts of all ages? Put on a show and prepare to leave from him. You too. Marshal of the Warring States period stopped drinking in a deep voice and called out Kapu and Qingji who were walking to the door. Next second. Without waiting for Marshal Warring States to reveal the careful thoughts of the two. Dada the sound of hurried footsteps rang out. Marshal of the Warring States period, big things are not good. Brigadier General Branoy anxiously shouted for a report. Marshal frowned during the Warring States period. Branu, you came just right. Kapu is delighted. Sigh. Branu was taken aback. Branu, what exactly happened? General Qingji took the opportunity to shift the topic. Oh, Brani swallowed a mouthful of water with difficulty. Marshal of the Warring States period, Mr. Kapu, and General Kazan, this matter cannot be clearly stated in words. Anyway, you should go out quickly and see it. Brigadier General Branoy anxiously said. Warring States period, it seems like something really happened. Let's get out quickly too. Kapu said seriously. Yes, Mr. Warring states. General Qingji agrees. Humph, your accounts will be calculated later. Marshall gave a cold snort during the Warring States period. Step out first. After a few seconds. What the hell is that? Navy legendary hero Cap widened his eyes, opened his mouth wide, and stared blankly at the huge black screen that filled the sky. What's going on? What's going on? What is that in the sky? Is there any special program? That should be the screen. Across the headquarters of the Navy, sailors were shocked, amazed, and engaged in discussions. Ah la la, is that a special surprise prepared by the world government? General Qingji guessed. No. DadThe Rear Admiral He of the Navy General Staff stepped forward. I just confirmed with the government that this was not done by them, and it's not just our Navy headquarters. The same thing happened in Santa Maria. Zhong Zhanghe said in a deep voice. Nani. Not just the headquarters. Even the Holy Land. The Warring States period, Kapu, and Qingji were all taken aback. It's too early to be surprised now. I haven't finished yet. Except for the headquarters and the Holy Land, all naval branches, countries, towns, and villages around the world have received the same reports. The secluded path of the General Crane. Sleeping slot. Hero Kapu and General Qingji couldn't help but expose themselves. Is it a world-class masterpiece? Only gods can do such things. Marshall's trembling murmurs during the Warring States period. Look, there are words appearing on the screen. Reminder from Zhanghe. Heaven, Dao, Pan, Jian. New World. Sphinx. The hometown of the fourth emperor with a white beard. The giant smiling whale boat is quietly anchored. Heavenly Way Inventory. Randomly descend into the heavens and all realms. Inventory of the top 10 high-burning group wars in the world. The team captains of the Whitebeard Pirates, including Marco from the first team, Jors from the third team, and Bista from the fifth team, were all stunned with their eyes wide open, repeating word by word the text displayed on the big screen above their heads. It's unbelievable. The Heavenly Way. Is it the will of the world? Does the world really have will? What does all heavens and all realms mean? I completely don't understand. Dad, the people of the Whitebeard Pirates are all holding their heads in both hands. The final line of sight locked onto the tall figure in the center of the deck. Gudong Edward Newgate, the world's strongest man with a white beard, picked up the fine wine in front of him and drank it boldly. Kololalala, this sea will never be boring, sons, let's just watch it change. New World. The Land of Harmony, the Island of Ghosts. The headquarters of the Beast Pirates. It seems that this is not the hands of the world government, Qiao. The second in command of the beasts spoke in a deep voice, burning with ashes. The most powerful creature in the sea, land, and air, Qiao, was drunk and laughed loudly. World will. Isn't that very interesting? New World. Wanhua Tatlan. Cake Island. Well, the world's strongest fourth queen, Big Mom Charlotte Lingling, burst out laughing. Climbing onto the inventory counter has a chance to receive mysterious rewards, which is really exciting. There will definitely be delicious cake rewards, right? Charlotte Lingling's mouth watered profusely. Yes, Mom. Mom will definitely make it on the list. Isn't this a natural thing? We are the Big Mom Pirates. Mom is the fourth emperor. The ministers and officials of the Anti-League, led by their eldest son Pelosi Perot, unanimously agreed. The four emperors red-headed pirates. Redford. Inventory of the top 10 high-burning group wars. Time includes the past, present, and future. The way of heaven. The will of the world. Reward. Boss, what's going on here? My brain is completely depleted. Shanks, Beckman, explain it quickly. The cadres and members of the red-headed pirates, such as Little Fatty Lazarus, Sniper Jesus, Ship Dr. Dege, and others, were all holding their heads in shock. It seems very interesting. Let's watch it for now. The fourth emperor's red-haired Shanks grinned casually. World Center. Holy Land. Maria. Humph, the heavenly way. What a shameless boast. The god of this world is Lord IMM. As long as Lord IMM takes action, this thing that came out of nowhere can be destroyed by flipping his hand. The 5 elderly people who reign at the pinnacle of the world's highest power. The 5 old stars are cold and connected. Hey, look. The screen has changed, the inventory is starting. Nani. The top 5 powerhouses, who were still disdainful in the first second, immediately focused their attention. At this moment. The first half of the Great Voyage. Devil's Triple Zone. The vibrant lion boat sailed through the wind and waves. At a certain moment. Hey, Luffy, Sauron, Sanji. Everyone, look, we've been selected. Nami, a sailor from the Straw Hat Regiment, exclaimed in surprise. Inventory of the top 10 high-burning battles. Number 10 Justice Island Battle. Straw Hat Pirates vs CP9. Chasing the flower of hope amidst setbacks and pain. We are partners, even if we are enemies with the world, we will still save you, speak up quickly. You want to survive. Chapter 2. Number 10 Justice Island Battle, new book setting sail. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Number 10 Justice Island Battle. Chasing the flower of hope in frustration and pain. Coup eat. Coup eat. Coup eat. Woo 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 woo. The train is speeding on the track. The sound of a whistle resounds throughout the world. Around the world. From the 4 seas to the Great Voyage. Every island, every country, every town, and even every village is shaking in sync. What exactly is going on with this image? Where exactly did the image come from? What is the heavenly way? Is it God? There's nothing wrong. This is a miracle of God. God, please bless us. Interesting. I wonder if I can make it on the list. It's starting. It's starting. First of all, it's the 10th place. Justice Island. Is it the recent Justice Island incident? So, that means the first battle to be counted was the Straw Hat team. The Straw Hat group are really lucky guys. However, making a big fuss over the Justice Island can hardly be considered a big event. Similar conversations occur around the world, on streets and alleys. And with the speeding of the sea train. The camera gradually zoomed in. A shark-shaped train bow. The boy wearing a straw hat stood up in the wind, exuding a magnificent aura. Oh, that's Luffy. That kid Luffy appeared in the video. Donghai, Windmill Village. The simple villagers and the bandit family of Dayton were shouting loudly. Frost Moon Village, Zilyoba Village, Kekiaxi Village, Sea Restaurant Baladi in other places are all like this. In addition, there is a new world. The Redford, belonging to the 4th Emperor Red-Headed Pirates. Boss, that's Luffy. Luffy has been selected by Qiandao's inventory. The next thing to play is Luffy and his team's battle. Although I don't know why I have to wear a mask, there is no doubt that it is my son Usopp. The old people in the red circle, such as Little Fatty Lazarus, Jesus, and Roaring Gabu, were all shouting with joy. The Justice Island incident caused by Luffy and his team not long ago, the world government has concealed a lot about this incident. It seems that we can see the whole process this time. Captain Beckman smiled and whispered softly. Is Luffy's battle really exciting? I don't know how strong that kid is now. The fourth emperor's red-haired shanks were full of anticipation. It's rare to see a capable Luffy, but he can't say hello, Little fatty Lazarus' strong desire triggers the hidden function of the Heavenly Way inventory. Consume 10,000 berries, can send a world barrage, limited to 50 words, sigh. Sigh, sigh. The red-headed pirates of the four emperors shouted in surprise from top to bottom. In a sentence of 10,000 berry, it's so expensive. Roaring and groaning. But if we can really say hello to Luffy and the others, let's say 10,000 bellies. The chubby little man pulled Qiao hard. Start editing barrage messages immediately. See the situation. Jezabu, Gabu, Dago and others also approached one after another, expressing their intention to rub against each other, resulting in an increasing number of words, exceeding the limit. Everyone, the cost of these 10,000 bellies will be AA later. After a series of arguments, the 50-word world barrage from the red-headed pirates finally came out. The first appearance shook the world once again. The Devil's Triangle. The Straw Hat team, who were originally focused on reviewing the Battle of Judicial Island. At this moment, I also noticed the world barrage from the red-headed pirates. This is and Shanks. Lu, Jezabu, and Gabu are greeting us. Straw Hat Luffy was the first to react and couldn't help but shout excitedly. Nani. My dad. Usopp shouted with excitement. The four emperors' red-headed pirates. Nami, Sauron, and others couldn't help but be surprised. But how did they do it? New member Frank pushed sunglasses. It seems that's the reason, consuming berry can send world barrage. Robin was the first to discover the hidden barrage function. Nani. 10,000 berry. It's so expensive. A unscrupulous merchant. Absolutely a unscrupulous merchant. Damn it, I also want to earn 10,000 berry in one sentence. Nami, a small financial fan, suddenly became agitated. Everyone. The last sentence is the original intention. 200 of them make me worth a sentence. Ship Dr. Qiaoba's face was full of frustration and disappointment. Nami, give me 10,000 berry, I want to talk to Shanks and the others. Captain Luffy reached out his hand. Next second. Bang. Nami suddenly erupted. Bang Bang's two fists knocked the flying hammer to the ground. You idiot, you lost 10,000 miles just for one sentence. What kind of a spendthrift are you? Moreover, all the money exchanged for gold on the empty island has been lost by you. Now our pockets are even cleaner than our faces. Nami went berserk. See the situation. Usopp, who originally wanted to borrow money to chat with his father, shrank his head and dared not speak again. On the other side. New World. Redford. Watching the message go out, there has been no response yet. Little fat people like Lazarus couldn't help but feel a bit disappointed. Luffy and the others, haven't they seen it? Even other islands claim to have seen it. Jesus muttered to himself. Is it possible that Luffy doesn't have money? Ben Beckman spoke up and revealed the truth with one word. Red Group members. The effort in silence. The World Barrage list is gradually becoming lively. Inspired by the red-headed pirates. People around the world have also successively explored the bullet screen function. The high consumption of 10,000 miles per sentence has deterred countless ordinary people. But there are also wealthy nobles and businessmen in this world. A mere 10,000 miles of consumption is of no concern to them. In addition, and the emperors who reign over the sea. For emperors and 100 beasts Kai Duo. Miscellaneous fish, it's really too noisy. From now on, this is my territory. If you want to speak, please ask me first. Chapter 3. For Emperor's Secret Spices. The captain with a white beard. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. For Emperors and 100 Beasts Kai Duo. Miscellaneous fish, it's really too noisy. From now on, this is my territory. If you want to speak, please ask me first. Baisho Kaido's speech fell behind. The wealthy people who joined in the fun suddenly fell silent. After all, being able to speak indicates a certain foundation of wealth. If targeted by the extremely vicious Fourth Emperor. That's not just about losing everything. Of course not everyone is afraid of Kaido. Fourth Emperor Big Mom Charlotte Lingling. Well, Kai Duo, we haven't seen each other for decades. His tone is really getting bigger and bigger. Don't forget, you still owe me a big favor. For Emperors and 100 Beasts Kai Duo. Stop talking, Lingling. That's all from the past, so don't mention it now. Fourth Emperor Big Mom Charlotte Lingling. Well, no, Kai Duo, that's a great kindness you can never forget in your lifetime. The two major 4 imperial trenches are inhumane. Spend recklessly. Remote alignment on the world barrage. This grand drama between the 4 emperors even overshadowed the ongoing attack and defense battle on Judicial Island on the screen. For Bigum's mention of the gratitude owed by the beast Kaido. Countless people around the world are scratching their hearts and liver for it. I am eager to know the grudges and grievances between the 4 emperors. However, Kaido and Auntie never said anything. As the main leaders, they do not speak. Others dare not ask, so they can only act in a hurry. After all, those were 2 sea emperors. New World. Sphinx. Dad, do you know what happened to Kaido and Auntie in the past? The white group led by Marco looked at their father in unison. Kuralola, it's not a big deal. By comparison, Marco, please help me send a message. Beard smiled and said. Hey, Dad, why don't you post it yourself? Marco asked. The expression on the white-bearded face froze. His money has already been used to support the construction of his hometown. The 4 emperors, the strongest man in the world, can't even get 10,000 berry now. Pop. Marco patted his forehead and also realized it. Dad, what are you going to say to Kaido and Auntie? Marco asked. Not to them, but to Ace. Beard said. Ace. Captain Ace. Dad, are you going to recall the captain? Since that's the case, this cost will be borne by my second team. The former Spade team and the current White team's second team quickly spoke up. Undead Bird Marco. Ace, if you see this news, return immediately. This is the captain's order from Dad. The world search barrage from the Whitebeard pirates has become a highlight beyond the bickering between the 2 emperors, instantly attracting the attention of the world. Magino and others from Windmill Village, the Dayton family, and the Straw Hat Pirates are all waiting for Ace's response. However, there is no news. Captain Ace, didn't you see it? The second team had a low expression on their faces. Haha, Ace must have seen it too. The captain of the third team, Diamond Joyce, comforted. I got it. The captain of the 7th team, Qiao, seemed to have thought of something. The reason why that kid AC didn't respond must be because he didn't have money. After all, that kid never brought money when he went out, and he would eat the king's meal wherever he went. The path of Qiao's determination. Upon hearing this, the white group all had bright eyes. Yeah. Yes. That's it. That's right. How could Captain Ace have the money to send messages? The captain's pocket is cleaner than his face. Everyone in the second team laughed. Haha, then let's wait. This is the captain's order, even Ace will not disobey it. He will come back soon. Captain Bista of the 5th team smiled. Just as everyone in the Whitebeard Pirates group was at ease. An untimely barrage of world bullets is emitted. In an instant, the peaceful atmosphere on the ship was shattered. The barrage originated from the traitor. Blackbeard. Blackbeard Marshal D. Tichy. Thief haha, Dad, don't wait. Captain Ace won't respond to you anymore, so I asked this former member of the second team to tell you. Ticky. Blackbeard. Traitor Ticky. Kill Captain Thatch's Ticky. On the whale boat, everyone in the white group had raised eyebrows and eyes, their eyes bloodshot and red. Wait, what exactly does Ticky mean? What is he showing off about? Marco's gaze was sharp. Why did he say that Ace wouldn't respond? Did you say that Ace had an accident? Think of this possibility. The white team suddenly lifted their hearts. Undead Bird Marco. Ticky, what have you done again? Where is Ace now? Have you already made contact with Ace? Diamond Joyce. Ticky, you damn bastard. If I catch you, I'll definitely not spare you. Sword Biasta. Ticky, Ace. Brahman. Izong. At this moment, the white team members are also not concerned about saving money. 10,000 and 10,000 berry transformed into one world barrage after another. Blackbeard Marshal D. Ticky. Thief ha, don't be so emotional. Everyone, Captain Ace is still alive and well. As for what will happen next, you will know immediately. Undead Bird Marco. Damn it, Ticky. The world barrage of the Whitebeard pirates is still constantly being sent. Later on. Even red-haired, Kaido, Auntie, and other influential figures have joined this topic. However, Blackbeard seemed dead and no longer responded to anyone. After all, that was a big event he had to plan. If exposed in advance, it's not good. The Devil's Triangle. The Straw Hat Pirates. Luffy, your brother, Esther. Nami, Sauron, Sanji and others were all worried as they watched Captain Luffy. It's okay. Straw Hat Luffy didn't cry or say anything stubborn, just waved his hand lightly. Ace has his own adventure. The members of the Straw Hat Troupe said, It's so mature. Previously, he was still throwing and rolling on the deck like a child, asking for money. Well done, little ones, and it's coming soon, the High Court stage. Ship engineer Frank was moved to tears. In the world screen picture. Flying on the Straw Hat Road leads the way. Climbing to the rooftop of the Justice Island trial office. One strike instantly kills Superman Bruno with a power of 800. Not long after. Nami, Joba, Sauron, Sanji, and Sniper King Usopp also reached the summit one after another. Centered around Grass Hat Luffy. A group of 6 people lined up in a straw hat. Looking at the Justice Tower across from the waterfall. They're Robin, here. Partner, here. Chapter 4 Robin's Past. The 5 old stars are starting to panic. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The pinnacle of justice. Across the sea. Despair or hope. The real battle is only about to begin now. Robin, wait a moment longer, we'll be here to save you right away. Straw Hat Luffy shook his arms and punched, exuding a strong aura. Wait a minute, Nicole Robin, the son of demons, stop drinking. I've said it many times before, I won't come back to you guys. Go back, I don't want to see you guys anymore. Why did you come to save me? I don't want you to do these things at all. When will I ask you to do these unnecessary things? I already want to die. Robin spoke harshly and tried his best to stop the Straw Hat group, hoping that they would leave safely from here as soon as possible. Work hard and go far to save you. As a result, he was instead criticized and rebuked. If it were someone else, they would probably have already cursed and turned around to leave. This is also the common idea of countless civilians around the world at this moment. Haha, it won't just end like this. The outcome of the Justice Island incident has already been announced, and the real battle is only about to begin now. The president of the World Economic Newspaper, News King Morgan, laughed eagerly. If it ends like this, it would be too boring. So let me see what your response would be, Straw Hat. On a deserted island on the third voyage of the amusement park, Captain Ustaskide grinned. World screen, image continues. Ha ha ha, a piercing burst of laughter accompanied by clapping of hands. It's really interesting. What are these guys doing? It's so fun. They come all the way to rescue, but in the end, they are the captain who is rejected by their companions. Such a dramatic scene is really interesting. CP9 Officer Spandam laughed proudly. Not just him. At this moment, nobles and unscrupulous wealthy people from all over the world. It also carries the same expression and posture as Spandam. I am eager to know what kind of comical loser appearance Straw Hat Luffy will present next for them to have fun with. Just their imagination is destined to fail. Sigh, sigh, sigh. In the image, Spandam's eyes burst out as he saw the reaction of Straw Hat Luffy, and he couldn't help but scream in surprise. There is no unwillingness or anger. There is no impatience or frustration. Complaints and reprimands towards partners. As the captain, Straw Hat Luffy didn't pay any attention. At this moment, I am even leisurely digging my nostrils. Puhaha, you truly deserve to be my grandson. At the Naval Headquarters building, the hero Cap was picking his nostrils and laughing loudly. Imaging. Robin, are you saying you want to die? Really, what are you talking about? Well, Robin, since we've all come, we'll definitely save you out. You have to live or die. You can say whatever you want, but you'll have to say it when you get back to us. Grass Hat Road flies calmly and naturally. That's it, Robin Sauce, Yamaji agreed with both hands raised. Robin, come back quickly. The humanoid Joba shouted loudly. At this moment, as the plot progresses to a higher stage, the public's attention has also shifted from the alignment of the four emperors to the image itself. The world is waiting for Robin's answer. However, at this moment, the screen rotates. Come to O'Hara 20 years ago. The experiences of Nicole Robin, the son of demons, over the past 20 years are fully visible to the public. Qianyang. Wow, it's Robin Sauce from childhood, Sanji cheered excitedly. Robin from childhood, so cute. Nami praised it. Robin, the always calm and composed imperial sister. At this moment, my pretty face couldn't help blushing slightly. About O'Hara's memory. Only she knows. Now it is presented in its original form by Tiandao's inventory. Even Robin couldn't help feeling a bit shy. However, this is not a bad thing. The truth about the killing order of O'Hara 20 years ago. The things buried by the world government. Dr. Kloba and everyone bear the stigma. Now is the time for the world to see with its own eyes. Let the world judge their past. Instead of being controlled solely by the world government. Ah, I know now. That's O'Hara, the island of scholars in the West Sea. Although it has been destroyed, why? Is this the memory of Nicole Robin, the son of the devil? Yes, there's nothing wrong. I've been to that omniscient tree before, and that old man is the world-renowned Dr. Kloba. There are also others. What is playing on the screen now must be the O'Hara from 20 years ago. The answer to what happened in O'Hara that day will soon be revealed. People with money and leisure are sending world barrage one after another. Explain the location of the image to the general public who are unsure. The image continues. The encounter between Robin and Navy giant Lieutenant General Soro since childhood. Finally arrived at the day of the O'Hara demon slaying order. Holy Land, Maria the Five Elders Star Conference Hall. Hey, no. What's going on with this image? Why can't we even present the events from 20 years ago in their original form? The 5 old stars with short golden hair began to panic. If this continues, our conversation with that Kloba back then will also be heard by the world. The 5 old stars with bald heads and birthmarks burst into a lifetime of cold sweat. Yu Luan will lose control. Cut it off. Hurry up and cut it off. I can't do it. At this moment. Always aloof. The 5 old stars sitting at the pinnacle of power. All eyes turned red, and finally calmed down. Chapter 5. Red Dog Bombardment of Civilian Ships, Detonation. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Even the world's highest authority. It cannot have any impact on the Dao Inventory. The playback of the image is not based on the wishes of the 5 old stars. All the details about the killing order of O'Hara 20 years ago are now fully disclosed and presented to the world's attention. This includes a remote conversation between Kloba the Clover and the 5 elders. The century-long history of emptiness revealed by Dr. Klopa has captivated countless people around the world. I am eager to know what exactly existed and what happened in the past 800 years ago. However, accompanied by a gunshot. Before Dr. Kloba could name the vast kingdom, he was shot and fell. Next up. Spandau pressed the button of the golden telephone bug. O'Hara's demon-slaying order, start. 10 warships fired at O'Hara together. At the same time. Scholars from all over the world are also firing at governments around the world. I see, this is the truth. World government, what have you all done to O'Hara? They are clearly just trying to explore history, but you say that they are attempting to awaken ancient weapons, which is the slander and framing of Akira fruit. Surprisingly, using such a false excuse to slaughter O'Hara. Do you know what kind of loss this is for all humanity? O'Hara's scholars and the omniscient tree are the most precious assets of humanity. Back then, I couldn't figure it out. Dr. Kloba of O'Hara was my friend, and I knew his character the best. How could he possibly destroy the world? What are you really afraid of? What's going on in the blank century? The informant who made you so eager to destroy everything for the criticism of renowned authoritative scholars around the world. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the world government responded promptly. Regardless of the reasons, studying and interpreting history in this article is a matter that our world governments have strictly enforced to remain silent. Once violated, it will be unforgivable. Don't be deceived by the surface. Our world government has long investigated whether the scholars of O'Hara have awakened ancient weapons to destroy the world. The world government's resolute opening. Following that was a series of free screen scrolls. That was when the world government's navy began to take action. 10,000 berries. One speech. For a world government with abundant wealth, it's just a drop in the bucket. Not long after, there were hundreds or even thousands of statements supporting world governments and criticizing O'Hara. For emperors and 100 beasts Kai duo. Fourth Emperor Big Mom Charlotte Lingling. Well, these scholars from O'Hara are not bad. They actually interpret historical texts. If I had known earlier, I would have taken them into my pocket. The speeches from the 4 emperors brightened the eyes of world government spokespersons. I just wanted to use the topic as a reference. Even if the scholars of O'Hara don't have any ideas on their own. Once in the hands of ambitious individuals, they will inevitably be forced to awaken ancient weapons, ultimately leading to the destruction of the world. However, not waiting to be sent. A new explosion event has occurred. Instantly detonated the entire world. That was a video of 20 years ago, when the Red Dog Sakaski, a lieutenant general, shelled civilian ships and killed innocent civilians. Exposed. At this moment. Not just in the academic community. The whole world is a sensation. The barrage of comments criticizing the Red Dog instantly exceeded 1,000. The mockery and ridicule of the pirates who did not deal with the Navy were countless, taking the opportunity to belittle and criticize the Navy's so-called justice. By comparison, there are also people who support the behavior of Red Dog, who would rather kill than let go. Just in an instant, it was completely suppressed. Because no matter who it is. The first time I saw that picture, I can't help but feel hot blood on my head. Because they are also civilians themselves. If encountering the same reckless disaster as O'Hara at this moment, the pressure on the world government has been greatly reduced. Not much pressure has not decreased. But it has shifted from the world government to the Navy. At this moment. Naval headquarters. It's going viral. For the iron-blooded approach of the General Red Dog. The Navy is also divided into two factions, constantly arguing. Damn it. Marshal Warring States clenched his fist and almost bit his teeth. New World. Naval G1 Base. Sikorsky, the situation seems a bit bad, you. General Doberman's expression was solemn. It's okay. Even if I had to do it again, I would still do it like this. The resolute way of General Red Dog. Chapter 6. Sniper King, shoot through that flag. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Memories of images quickly pass by. The scene shows Robin being released by the pheasant when he was a child. Just. At this moment. For the water release behavior of the general green pheasant. Not many people are paying attention anymore. Time has accelerated again. 8-year-old Robin was offered a reward of 79 million yuan. Living a precarious life in Tibet. Many parents with children are unable to bear it. In the end, Robin became the devil's son in people's eyes. Wandering between betrayal and being betrayed year-round. Until they met the Straw Hat Group. Then encountered CP9 exchange one's own life for the survival of the Straw Hat Group. Everything is revealed. So far. Recalling the end of the plot. The screen returns to Justice Island. 20 years ago, the demon-slaying order that took away my life and destroyed countless people's lives is now threatening the friend I finally met who can open up. The more I want to be with you, the more you will be affected by my fate. Wherever I go to the sea, there are huge enemies that I cannot shake off, because my enemies are the world and its darkness. Whether it was Qingji's time or this time, I have already dragged you in twice. If this kind of thing continues to happen, even if you are good people, you will still treat me as a burden and will definitely betray me and leave me. This is what I am most afraid of, so I don't hope you will come and save me at all. Anyway, they are all going to die, so I might as well die here. Robin exhausted all his strength and revealed all the grievances that had been weighing on his heart for 20 years, shocking countless people. Ha ha ha! A piercing burst of laughter rang out. That's right, that's it. No fool would be willing to be dragged down by you, ha ha. Spandam laughed proudly and raised his hand to point to the flag fluttering in the wind over Justice Island. Look at that flag, stupid pirates. That flag is the symbol of the Four Seas and the Great Route, a joint organization composed of over 170 member countries. This is the world. You should now know how small you are in resisting it. You should know what organization this woman has been pursued by for 20 years. If you know, give up quickly. Spandam boasted triumphantly. I see, I finally know who Robin's enemy is. Straw Hat Luffy calmly looked at the flag of the world government. Sniper King, shoot through that flag. Understand. Sniper King Usopp also responded calmly. New weapon, huge slingshot, its name is Do. Give it a good taste of its power. Usopp drew the slingshot. Must kill. Firebird Star. Yeah, the flame bird swept across the sky. Under the world's attention. It runs through the flag fluttering in the wind. The raging flames devoured the emblem of the world government. At this moment, the intense alignment of the world barrage is one of the obstacles that cannot be avoided. Really? Really did it? Those guys. Do they really know what attacking that flag means? Pirates have declared war on the world government. Countless people around the world shouted loudly at this moment. New world, red-headed pirates. You truly deserve to be Luffy. The fourth emperor's red-haired Shanks laughed heartily. Hello everyone, did you see that? My son Usopp was the one who opened fire earlier. Jesus shouted excitedly. Ha ha ha, I see it. I see it. The whole world has seen it. They really deserve it. The red ball couldn't help but burst into laughter from top to bottom. Advancing city, underground 6 levels, infinite hell. Finally, it looks a bit like a pirate, not an insult to that same straw hat. The devil's successor, Douglas Barrett, grinned. That's Roger. The legend of the previous era, Barori Clydesfield, the Red Earl who was on par with Roger, Whitebeard, and the Golden Lion, squinted his crimson eyes. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha, laugh and burst out. Clockdale, what are you laughing at? It's really too harsh. The string moon hunter Katarina frowned as she wore a pen. The abuse of prisoners. Clockdale seemed to have not heard of it. His eyes were only focused on the image from beginning to end. Nicole Robin, I didn't expect a traitor like you to be redeemed and die for someone else one day. I really want to come to 10,000 berries and make me good. Image of Judicial Island. The flag of the world turns into ashes, drifting with the wind. At this moment, the vast island of justice fell into absolute silence. Next second. You guys have a brain problem, don't think you can still live against the world. Spandam shouted angrily. Exactly what I want. Grass Hat Luffy shouted arrogantly. Robin, I want to hear you say it myself. Hurry up and say it, you want to live. Tears blurred Robin's eyes. Sliding down her face. If I also have the right to live, I want to live. Take me to the sea too. Robin screamed at the top of his lungs, revealing his most genuine inner voice. Hee hee, Straw Hat Luffy grinned. Everyone, let's go. Woo 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 woo, the whistle of the sea train echoed through the sky. Straw Hat Luffy stretched his arms and jumped down from the top of the tower with his companions. Riding on the soaring Rocket Man sea train, leaping over the waterfall and rushing into the final battlefield. Chapter 7. The Grass Hat Troupe staring at by the 4 emperors. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Sea train soar into the sky. Crossing the waterfall and landing on the battlefield. The Straw Hat Pirates and the Government CP9. The Battle of Justice Island has officially begun. At this moment. The Great Voyage of St. Quentin Island. Kingdom of Alabastion. The capital Albana, the palace. Woo woo, this is it. It turns out that Nicole Robin is actually doing it for Luffy and the others. One New Weiwei pulled a tissue, blew her nose, and her face was covered in tears. The Abastan incident a few months ago. She formed a deep friendship with the Straw Hat Group. Although in the end, for the sake of the country, I was unable to sail with the ship. But she is also a member of the Straw Hat Gang. So a few days ago, I learned about the Justice Island incident from the news. Upon learning that Robin, who had been an enemy, replaced her as the 7th person on the ship. I learned that the Straw Hat Group would not hesitate to cause a stir on Justice Island for Nicole Robin. To be honest, Vivi couldn't help but feel a taste of food in her heart. However, all the dissatisfaction dissipated after seeing the previous images. Compared to Robin's hostile past with himself, Vivi is more concerned about Robin's purpose in joining the Straw Hat Group. Will they betray the Straw Hat Gang in the future? Now. There is no need to worry about this anymore. Because she has already confirmed with her own eyes. Robin, who can die calmly for his partner. Fully qualified to become the 7th person in the group. Ikelam, lend me 10,000 berry, I want to cheer Luffy and his team. Nu6 wiped away her tears and reached out to the captain of the guards, Ikelim, to demand it. Sigh, the high-ranking officials in the palace were all surprised. Lord Vivi, I can't use it. Vice Captain Hayabusa Bell waved his hands repeatedly. Lord Vivi, I know you want to support the Straw Hat team, but you are a princess of a country, and if exposed, there will be trouble. Hu Lang Jia Ka said seriously. Lord Cobra, please advise the princess. Captain Ikelim turned to King Cobra for help. Vivi, you. King Cobra didn't finish speaking. Nu6 gave a brilliant smile. I'm joking. So it's just a joke. You really scared me. Ikelim and others breathed a sigh of relief. This is the Justice Island incident a few days ago, and the result has already come out. It's Luffy and his team's complete victory. I don't need to cheer anymore. Vivi smiled happily. Kalu, let's enjoy the heroic fighting style of everyone. Gaga, for Emperors and 100 Beasts Kai Duo. The Straw Hat Gang is just a group of little ghosts who dare to declare war on the government. Their courage is not bad, but for Emperors and 100 Beasts Kai Duo. You can't survive in this sea just by having courage. As a senior, let me teach you. The list of world bullet comments, the prominent bullet comments of the 4 emperors once again float by, attracting the attention of the world. 4th Emperor Big Mom Charlotte Lingling. Well, Kaido, do you want to argue with me? For Emperors and 100 Beasts Kai Duo. Lingling, haven't you secretly cultivated a 3-eyed clan? What are you fighting for? 4th Emperor Big Mom, Charlotte Lingling. Kido. The riddle dialogue between the 4 emperors happened again. Countless civilians from all over the world are puzzled by Master Zhang Er. I don't know what terrible thing the 4 emperors suddenly fought over. While countless people are confused. Many people have also gained insight into the truth. For example, the king of the new world of Dressrosa. 7 Marshal C Duo Flamenco. A sentence from Domingo of the 7 Martial Seas awakened the world. I see. He is indeed the son of that demon. Obtaining the son of the devil gives one the key to awaken ancient weapons, which is truly an unbearable temptation. 4th Emperors, if we catch Nicole Robin, how much would you be willing to pay to purchase it? Straw Hat Pirates, if you're sensible, quickly hand over Nicole Robin, the world barrage is a mess. When the value of the interpreter of historical texts is exposed. No force can resist this temptation. Nicole Robin and the group who owned her straw hat have become targets of public criticism. The road ahead is full of thorns. At this moment. Qianyang. The relaxed atmosphere is no longer there. Robin, don't be afraid, we will definitely protect you. Captain Luffy clenched his fist firmly. Yeah, Robin sauce, bet on the glory of knights and never let anyone else touch your hair. Yamashita paid great attention. Yes, even if it were the 4th emperor, what would happen? Usopp mustered the courage and stuttered as he spoke. Robin, Nami and Joba looked at Robin with concern. Robin smiled. I'm not afraid at all because I have you all by my side. White Earth Island, Baldigo. This is a mysterious island that does not exist on the map. It is also the headquarters of the world's most evil organization, the Revolutionary Army. Dragon, Nicole Robin has already been targeted by the 4th emperors. Do you want to take her over and protect her? Captain Karras of the Northern Army asked in a deep voice. Nicole Robin is our beacon. The only key figure in the world who can interpret that period of history. It must not fall into the hands of the 4th emperor. The captain of the Eastern Army, Bella Betty, made a decisive decision. Do you want to contact the bear? Southern Army Captain Lindbergh asked. After a long period of silence. Let's wait and see what happens for now. If we can take Nicole Robin back from the government's hands, the Straw Hat Group is not just ordinary people. Trust him for now. The leader Long said in a deep voice. Karas and others, How could one's own leader have expectations for a novice pirate group? Absolutely, for the first time. Speaking of which, how is Sabo's current situation? The leader Long asked. Yes, Mr. Long, Sabo has taken his medicine and has now settled down. According to the doctors, this seems to be a sign that Sabo's past memories are about to revive. Revolutionary girl Kella Dao. Well, then Sabo will be left to you to take care of, Kurla. Don't let him participate in the operation for now. The leader Long nodded. Chapter 8. Bega Punk's Appreciation of Frank. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Inventory images. The battle is raging. In order to seize 5 keys to the Sea Tower stones. The Straw Hat team and the CP9 are at war. Countless people's attention was drawn to the barrage alignment of the 4 emperors. But there are also countless people watching the Battle of Justice Island. Firstly, the first battle. Straw Hat Chef Sanji vs CP9 Khalifa. Blonde black silk. Fishing net. Big long legs. Glasses. Beautiful girl. Many elements come together in one person. In an instant, it attracted the attention of countless gentlemen from all over the world. Besides that, there are also people who know Yamaji. East China Sea. Sea Restaurant Bharati. Done. No need to fight. You know with your butt, Sanji lost. Because that kid never hits women. Baladi's battle chefs all sighed. The development of the war situation is just as they expected. Faced with Khalifa, Sanji had no strength to fight back. 3 times 5 divided by 2 is an easy solution. Really, that guy Sanji is still as usual. If he's a woman, there's nothing he can do. A rare opportunity to make a world debut, but it turned out to be so ugly. If I were you, I would definitely win this battle beautifully. When I catch that little girl, I won't just do whatever I want. The battle chefs were discussing in groups of 3 or 2. You bastards, why are you still doing something here without going to work? Chef Jeep Wei, the one-legged chef, strictly stopped drinking. Kicked the chefs away one by one. Finally, he also looked up. Looking at the disheveled Sanji in the camera. Just move towards your firm belief, no matter what the outcome is, I am proud of you. Red-footed Jeep's old face showed a kind and fatherly smile. Beihai. Mobile Kingdom. Jelma 66. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha, there won't be any mistakes. That's Sanji. Our useless brother is still useless as always. Vince Machne, who had a blue killer hairstyle, laughed recklessly. The tail of a crane is everywhere it goes. Let's send a world barrage now to mock that useless person. The green killer Mathuansmock proposed. Let's skip it. Don't let others know about Sanji's relationship with us Jelma. Having such a shameful brother is really unpleasant. Red Kill Matt Vins Makiji sneered. You're right, I just didn't expect that Sanji was still alive. I thought he had died in the East China Sea more than 10 years ago. Father, do you know what's going on? Blue Kill Matinage asked. I don't know. King Jiaji shook his head in denial. Lei Jiao, what are you going to do? Don't you continue watching Sanji's ridiculous performance. Winch Green Kill Mate Yongji Dao. Toilet. Lei Jiao, a beautiful girl with long legs and pink short hair, calmly spoke and turned away without looking back. Until I return to my own room. Her pent-up emotions finally erupted. Sanji, that's great. You're really still alive. Image of the Battle of Justice Island, continue. After the defeat of Ji Shanji. The Straw Hat team navigates to the sea and takes over the baton. Facing CP9 Khalifa. The battle between women is about to begin. Before that, the tough guy duel on the other side has already begun. Transformer Frankie vs CP9 Owl. The Fist of Iron Blocks vs True Iron Hands. Frankie and Inwu Owl, you punch me and I punch each other hard on their respective faces. While fighting, spitting garbage. A tough guy who punches to the flesh. Ignite the audience's passion. Finally, Frank, who had exhausted all his energy from Coca-Cola, was the first to lose the battle. It was hit by the CP9 Owl like a storm. However, the battle did not end here. By chance, Frank was broken into a room stored in the refrigerator. After injecting incorrect beverages such as vegetable juice and black tea in succession, Joba, who had also fought his opponent so far, finally obtained the correct cola energy. With the injection of energy from 3 bottles of cola, Transformer Frank is resurrected with full blood. Just one punch. The owl flies backwards. Crushed 3 walls in a row, causing head injuries and bleeding. The capital of water. Corella Company, Dock Number 1. Go ahead, brother Frankie. That's it, get rid of him. I was so moved that I finally witnessed the big brothers battle that I couldn't see that day with my own eyes. Take down those government bastards, brother Frankie. The young brothers of the original Frankie family, who were taken in by Iceberg Espugu, were all excited and screamed incessantly. Ha ha ha, what noisy guys. In the company building, the elderly Granny Coco laughed heartily. Now is not the time to laugh, mother.in.law. Thanks to the blessing of this video, those guys and Barry have all been exposed about their participation in the Justice Island incident. I am currently having a headache. Espegus shook his head with a helpless expression on his face. Ha ha ha, don't worry too much, Espegus. I'm also a party involved, and I'm not even afraid yet. Grandma Kekaluo grinned nonchalantly. Speaking of which, let's enjoy the heroic fighting of the Straw Hat team to the fullest now. Inventory images. Oiler, the tough guy Frankie, who gained cola energy, was unstoppable. In the end, the Straw Hat team won the first battle on Justice Island. At the same time in this battle, Frankie also showcases his unique body structure to the world. It triggered numerous people's roast and comments. Queen of the 100 Beasts epidemic. The layman is the layman. What kind of ghosts are these being transformed into? It's really ridiculous. We should show you my master's craftsmanship, that's the real art of transformation. For Frank's self-transformation. Queen, the second in command of the beasts, expressed full disdain. However, a slap in the face followed. Bega punk. Quinn, don't embarrass yourself with your little tricks. I think this guy is good. Although his craftsmanship is outdated, this bold idea is worth encouraging. Chapter 9. Bega Punk and the Beasts. Disaster Beast Qiao. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Bega Punk. Is that Bega Punk? The legendary naval genius scientist who claims to have technology that surpasses the world by 500 years, yes. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that Bega Punk. He even froze and praised that reformer. When the identity of Speaker Bega Punk is disclosed. Countless people around the world couldn't help but be shocked by it. Previously, like Quinn, they had mocked the craftsman who had undergone bizarre renovations on Frankie, but now they all looked solemn and began to seriously re-examine Frankie. After all, this is a person who has been recognized even by Bega Punk, who has been leading the world for 500 years. Dominic. Furfurin, Bega Punk, I didn't expect even you to come out. What kind of wind is blowing here today? Bega Punk. I just want to try, can the power of the so-called heavenly way be deciphered by scientific means? Epidemic Quinn. Bye hee, Bega punk, I'm not what I used to be. Even if you see me, you will definitely be surprised. Bega punk. No. No way. I know exactly how much weight you have. Epidemic Queen. Bastard. Bega punk, don't think that with the Navy protecting you, you can do whatever you want. For Emperors and 100 Beasts Kai Duo. Bega punk, it's been a long time since we last saw each other. Flame Ashes. Bega punk, thank you so much for your care back then. What's going on? The main members of the Beast Pirates have all appeared. What is their relationship with naval genius scientists? People keenly sensed the smell of gunpowder behind it. 4th Emperor Big Mom Charlotte Lingling. Well, Bega punk, I've heard of you two for a long time. If you're tired of staying in the Navy, you can come to me anytime. The doors of our nations are open for you. Bega punk. No need. Naval Headquarters. How Marshal Warring States and others couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief. If Bega punk is poached by the 4 emperors, the situation will only be 100 times more serious than the Justice Island incident. What a worrying uncle. If you have any problems, it will be me who will suffer in the end. General Huan leisurely sat in his office, looking out the window and entering the theater mode. Qianyan. Ao super, Frank put on his signature super pose. I didn't expect my transformation to be recognized by that genius Bega punk, I was so touched. Frank's face was filled with tears. Yes, Nami shook her head helplessly. Is it Joba's turn for the next battle? Robin smiled and said. Hey hee, it seems so. Robin, I fought to the death too. Joba awkwardly twisted her waist. Thank you, Joba. Robin said thank you. Inventory images. The battle between Frank and the owl is over. Following closely behind was Joba cuddling with a lion on the same battlefield. The war situation was overwhelmingly unfavorable from the beginning. Helpless. Joba ate the second blue wave ball. Although 3 minutes of morphological changes were obtained. But the form of each change is not under his control. The desired wrist force form never appears. Joba just passively endured the heavy blows from the lion's cuddle time and time again, and eventually suffered bruises all over his body. A great voyage. Winter Island, Sakura Kingdom. The gang of bastards and straw hats have put my son in such danger, we can't spare it. We absolutely can't spare it. The 140-year-old old woman, Dr. Kuliai, shouted in a fit of anger and frustration. Calm down, Dr. Kureha. The new king of the Sakura Kingdom, Dalton, smiled apologetically and comforted, saying, how can you tell me to stay calm? Such a lovely son, he's been beaten up so badly now. Dalton, prepare a boat for me immediately. I'm going to chase them. Dr. Kureha said irritably. Joba wasn't originally human. Dalton roast. What are you saying? No. It's nothing. Anyway, the news has come out, and Joba is safe and sound. The fierce battle on one side is still unfolding. At the end, Joba accidentally triggers wrist force form. Snuggled up to the male lion and launched a powerful hoof-carving move. However, still a little short. Although the lion was injured while cuddling, it did not fall down. Then came a storm-like beating. Just when everyone thought the battle was coming to an end. Sudden changes arise. Blue wave ball. Joba, who was on the brink of despair, ate his third blue wave ball. Animal series everyone's fruit, go berserk. Originally petite and adorable, the pet Joba, who loves to eat marshmallows the most, is no longer. Instead, there are huge monsters full of tyranny and irrational tendencies. Roar and roar, the monster Joba let out a ferocious roar. Clap it down with one palm. Powerful CP9 Superman. Lions cuddle up, defeated. Sizzle around the world. The sound of inhaling cold air suddenly became widespread. Is that really the previous little civet cat? Mom, it's a monster. It's so scary. How could a civet cat turn into a monster? What kind of monsters are the Straw Hat Gang really? The people of the world are amazed and discussing. Hey, Navy, this terrifying monster, you only gave a reward of 50 berry. What's going on? Do your Navy want to trap us bounty hunters? Someone is shouting to the Navy from the barrage of the world. Suddenly, there was a chorus of agreement. At this moment, the pressure has once again come to the Navy's propaganda department. Damn it. Who knows that monster was transformed by a civet cat? It just looks like a harmless little civet cat. We just mean it simply and casually. But this is simply a disaster beast. The entire naval propaganda department is under immense pressure. Start preparing to consult with superiors and redraw Joba's bounty. Chapter 10. Gentlemen from all over the world, appreciating Nami. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Monsters go berserk. Pet Joba chewed on 3 blue wave balls. Transform into a disaster beast and turn the tide with one strike. Winning World War II for the Straw Hat team. After witnessing Joba's battle firsthand, people who once mocked Joba for the 50 berry bounty couldn't laugh. The Navy's propaganda department also held an emergency meeting to discuss Joba's new bounty. 4th Emperor Big Mom, Charlotte Lingling. Well, cute pets can transform into disaster beasts, they are simply treasures among treasures. Besides Nicole Robin, I also want to add this treasure to my collection. For Emperors and 100 Beasts Kai Duo. Lingling, don't you think this rare animal from the animal series is more compatible with my 100 Beasts pirate team? 4th Emperor Big Mom, Charlotte Lingling. Kaido, you bastard, you really want to argue against me for everything. For Emperors and 100 Beasts Kai Duo. Lingling, just fair competition. Whoever catches them first belongs to them. After Robin. Joba was also the object of contention for the 4th Emperor. If we switch to normal times, Joba must have been screaming back and forth in fear. Just now Joba is immersed in his longing for the new bounty. I didn't even notice the speeches of the 4 emperors on the world barrage. Oh, here it is. Next is Miss Nami's battle. Sanji cheered excitedly. Not just Sanji alone. When the inventory images reveal the next contestant. Nami vs. Khalifa. Both sides in the battle were beautiful girls with excellent looks and figures. Gentlemen all over the world are crazy. Here we go. Finally here. I have been waiting for a long time for the battle between women. I love watching women fight the most. The gentlemen rubbed their hands excitedly, their eyes shining. East China Sea. Kekiaxi Village. Nami, the Straw Hat Boys let Nami face such a powerful opponent alone. When they come back, we will definitely settle accounts with them. Windmill Aegean screamed frantically and anxiously. Well, Mr. Aegean, calm down. Nami's words must be fine. There's no fear on that child's face, and Nami has also grown. Blue-haired girl Noki comforted her. The words have just finished. The battle style in the inventory image has changed. A second ago, Nami still had a master-like demeanor. At this moment, he was knocked back to his original form. Screaming and fleeing in a panic. Facing the Superman Khalifa with the ability to add abilities to the 6 forms. Nami's pure combat ability is not inferior by a fraction. From the beginning, it was in the position of being crushed. However, the change in the battle situation is always in an instant. It is not impossible to defeat the strong with weakness. Just as everyone thought this battle would end with Khalifa's complete abuse of Nami. After being in a state of confusion for a long time, Nami finally launched her own counterattack. Using meteorological knowledge to create mirages and disrupt Calipha's cognition. Finally. Click. A flash of thunder. An astonishing thunderbolt exploded indoors. Center Calipha. Even Superman with a Taoist power exceeding 600. It is also unable to defend against the power of lightning. Calipha was electrocuted on the spot and lost consciousness. The third war on Justice Island ended in an unexpected way. However, the image did not end there. After defeating the opponent, you also need to obtain the Sea Tower stone key in their hands. And the place where Calipha hid the key was clearly inside her clothes. Nami took the initiative without hesitation. Teared Calipha's fishing net jacket to pieces. Let Calipha's fair, almost undisclosed way appear under the world's gaze. So. Gentlemen all over the world are boiling. Although the most critical area is blocked by mosaic. But being able to see this beautiful scenery. For gentlemen, it is already sufficient. Thank you, Miss Nami. On the Qianyang ship, Sanji bows 90 degrees to thank you. No, I. Nami smiled awkwardly. For a moment, I couldn't help but cry and laugh. Hey, Nami, look. All the bullet comments in the world are thanks to you. Usopp reminds. It's unbelievable. Can pirates have such high popularity? Sauron widened his eyes and looked incredulous. Woo, money. It's all money. Anyway, if I want to thank you, I would prefer you to discount all the money for sending barrage to me. Even if it's only half of it. Nami is so heartbroken that she's about to cry. At the same time. A great voyage. Spring Queen Town, coastal. The little thief cats from the Straw Hat Group, I'm going to kill you. The screams of a blonde girl collapsing echoed along the coast. She is exactly CP9 Calipha. Victims who are currently being publicly executed. The Justice Island incident occurred over a week ago. They were slandered by their boss Spandam after being defeated by the Straw Hat Gang. Subsequently, he was abandoned by the world government and embarked on the path of being chased and fled. Relying on Bruno's doorstep fruit ability, they escaped from Justice Island. Afterwards, we followed the track of the sea train all the way and finally arrived here. Little thief cat, I was careless last time. If I were to do it again, I would never lose again, and I must also strip all your clothes to show the world. Calipha waved her teeth and gritted her teeth. Let's think about that later. The top priority now is to treat Lucci's injury. Bruno's wooden mouth.